Is my camera broken? Hello everyone. Well, I'm completely I don't understand why my camera is missing. Let me just quickly mess around in OBS. But thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be showing off some Deathloop. We're going to be playing the early couple hours of the game. And I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Tamoor Hussain. Hello. There we go. Let me. Hello. Yeah.
I'm gonna dunk on you hard and publicly.
I'm so sorry, Tam. I think I've had you muted this whole time. Say something?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, there you are. I'm so
Can
sorry.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sweet. You love to see it.
Again. I said earlier, we delayed the stream because of tech issues. Still having them, but you know what? It's a fun time. We are going to play some Deathloop. Tam, can you hear the game audio?
I cannot hear the game audio, but I've got it on mute, so I don't need to hear the game audio. I don't want to hear myself or you.
Oh, cool. Now my voice is echoing. So
It's because the camera audio is on probably.
yes, you're right. Try that now. That should be okay. I've turned off camera audio. That's a good fix. OBS is still very, very new to me. Can you hear game audio now? There should be stuff in there now.
Yep, I can hear everything now.
Okay, so you can hear game audio?
I can.
Okay. Do you have the right mic picked? It's coming in through Discord, which is why.
We're good now. We're good.
Okay,
We're
good. All right.
Good.
Sorry, everyone. We should probably clip this to make it look like we... I mean, Tam actually does a lot of streaming. I'm very new at it. I'm going to be playing today, but Tam, you tell me the spiel all over again now that you've rehearsed it, but I loved it.
I think they actually heard it. I think I actually heard it. So I think we should be good. It was you that was the problem. It was you all along.
It was me all along. All right, well, hang on.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can treat this as kind of like an AMA, basically. The game audio is a bit quiet, apparently, but we can raise that slightly, but you don't want it too loudly because it's going to absolutely pop off, and then you probably won't be here. Everything okay.
Everything's okay. Okay, sweet. So,
yeah.
A little bit of explanation from my side. So, I finished the game. I'm currently playing on my fake account. Because there's two Lucy James accounts. This one's my American account. So some of the trophies I've already popped because I did replay a little bit, but I've reset the loop completely. So this is going to be from a fresh game. I've put subtitles on. The one thing that I have done is I've turned off the controller speaker, because Juliana actually speaks to you a lot, and the way that the game does it is they put it through this, and I figured that might not be the best experience for when you are watching a stream, so it should, fingers crossed, come through the actual game. On the call with me is Tam, who reviewed the game. Hello, mate. And yeah, any questions that you might have for me as I'm playing, if there's something that you want to explore that I am nearby to, put it in the chat and Tam will call it out. Or if you have questions for Tam as the reviewer, please feel free. And like Tam said earlier, let's not do the whole, exclusivity, Game Pass, PlayStation, Xbox Studios made it.
I don't have time for it. No. I do not want to. This is not daycare. We're not here to take care of children. We're here to answer the question of gamers.
I'm here to talk about Deathloop. So, without further ado, I'm going to start us up, and let's get into it.
Let's get rolling.
Should be a little opening cut sequence. I'll get rid of me.
For the last time, why can't you remember?
I don't know if you just give me a second.
Oh, you're not even trying.
Oh, lady, I have no idea. Oh, shit, that's not good.
You just hurry up already.
Oh, what was that?
R.I.P. Colt.
That was one ridiculous name. I gotta stop drinking. Okay. How the fuck did I get here?
And I'm back. Alright, let me turn down the game just a little bit just while we're talking and stuff. So, welcome to Black Reef. This is the beach that you kind of wake up on every day, but the game actually does a very clever thing in that you don't wake up and see that exact sequence every single time you loop, because otherwise that would be incredibly repetitive.
Break the break the loop? You gotta be kidding me. Nope, that's there. I'm seeing it. Ah, man.
Yeah, so it'd be incredibly repetitive, so the beach that makes you stay the same age.
Who am I?
I should focus on the game.
My
However, that
name?
was a very good thing.
Yeah, that was very good.
What the fuck's my name? Light infantry machine pistol.
Number one.
Why do I know this? Oh, okay.
I love that line delivery. What the fuck's my name?
So gunplay in it is really good. I don't know if you can hear, but like the The old DualSense is kind of going a bit wild with it because, I mean, can you hear this? Can you get some DualSense ASMR? But like, it is quite hefty on the old haptics. One thing I will say is that like, of all the games I've played on PlayStation 5, it definitely uses the haptics the most, I would say. Like, even when I'm walking down these stairs, it's like each footstep is going. And so for that reason, I play with my PS5 DualSense plugged in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feels
It uses the DualSense really well, I think. It does use it a lot, but never aggressively. Like, it's a lot of subtle things here and there. Like, I didn't find myself being distracted by it at all, and it really helped enhance some of the combat. A lot of the combat as well, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So this is kind of like Colt's little sort of base of operations, I guess you would call it. This is where you wake up for the first time on Black Reef, and as you can tell, he's done the great thing of getting a map. These are all the visionaries that he's got to take out, and you know, he's gotten the full Charlie from It's Always Sunny with it. But this guy is one of my favorite things in the entire game.
Black Reef. Must be the low season.
Hacky hacky.
Need this, I think.
So yeah, like,
Son of a... I don't know any damn code.
I love the
Yo,
like.
hello?
I have a real thing about protagonists who talk. Like, I find in some games I think it's so overbearing and it just like doesn't work, but Colt just
Guess I forgot the code
Yeah.
after all.
it's so funny. It's
Maybe
like
I
it's very
should go look for this
self-referential,
code.
of course. Like, it's the whole game is quite meta in a way, but like he says
Colt.
things that and
Hey,
the
is my
delivery
name
of it, like the
Colt?
voice acting is just
That's
so
gotta be it, right?
unbelievably good, kick-ass or anything
I don't
else.
feel like a code.
That it just like it doesn't get on my nerves, which is very high praise coming from me if you know any of my like big bugbears when it comes to games. But
It helps that. Yeah, it helps that Colt Red generally talks to himself, or a lot of his voice acting is in the early parts of every loop. So this moment, as you're leaving the tunnel, out in the world is very minimal.
so I've played this game. I've played this opening like I think 4 times now. I've never once made this jump. So
It is kind of weird. You have to jump late.
you have
that
to hold
doesn't
it. And I
sound
just
good.
never get it
Yeah.
every time.
Richard Ziegler asked, how is performance on PS5 consistent FPS? I didn't have any issues with frame rate.
Nope.
This is currently running at 30 FPS.
I'm
1080p, the
streaming it
stream.
at 30.
Yeah, we're streaming at 30 because it's taxing on internet connections, and we're not best placed to have high bandwidth. But I never had any issues with frame rate or visual bugs. It's a very polished game.
Before, haven't I?
The only time I had something happen was one menu bugged, but
Yeah.
it was fine. Like, it wasn't a major issue for me. It didn't really disrupt anything. Otherwise, it's a very, very like clean game in terms of technical performance.
Yeah, I mean, there's the occasional visual bug, and sometimes you'll get maybe an AI bug every so often, but like, it's wonderful otherwise. Like, in terms of how it runs, like, I haven't had a single crash.
Yeah, I genuinely didn't have any visual or like stuff, like anything that I noticed anyway. So, I mean, your mileage may vary as with everything, but it was all cool for me.
Oh, here's the lads. So, I kind of enjoy marking people.
That's one cool thing that you can do. If you hold down a down button on the PlayStation controller, you can, if you tap it, you mark someone, but if you hold it down, it will tell you what weapon they have and their general tendency. Like, it will be like incredibly aggressive, so you know how that enemy is going to behave when you alert them.
Like this guy, another snitch asshole.
Yeah.
And over here we've got, stop moving. Cheap aggressive bastard, unaware of your presence, standard kit, and then this. You know what? It's more fun if I do this one. So yeah, you get the hack-a-majig very early on, and it's kind of like the whole first hour or so of the game, I think, is just a very clever tutorial that kind of encourages you to mess around with the game, because that's, you know, where Arkane games really shine, is when you mess around. Don't go over there. No. Oh, go away.
Captain Frantic says, "Is this game Bioshock but with time travel?" No,
No.
it's not.
I wish it was. But actually, I don't wish it was. I just wanted Bioshock at this point. This has definitely got me craving for Bioshock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
So, gunplay, I will say, like, because I'm typically not a kind of shooty player, but I did mess up the
Okay, look, I don't know what I did
stealth
last
section there.
night.
But, like,
Exactly.
gunplay is
But
very
if you
fun.
could just,
You've kind of got this, like, little side dash that you can
I
kind
think
of
we
go,
know
and
each
that's
other.
your
We know
sort
each
of
other, don't we?
health potion thing right there. But, like, it's very fun. It just feels really nice to play, because when you do mess up a stealth
A
section,
little hazy.
it doesn't feel as
name's Code.
end of the
You
day
want to
as
kill me for some reason,
Dishonored.
and
I'll
I
let
already
this
know some
kind of
fucking
talk.
code,
'Cause it's
which
very
I don't, and there's this
You
loop
wanna break the loop, right?
yeah, I think so.
Look, if you don't try to break the loop, I'm just going to kill you over and over again in increasingly violent ways until you do.
Fine, I'll break your fucking loop, and whatever I did to piss you off, I'm sorry. Still there?
You never said that before.
We dated, didn't we?
Just go inside the library. You need to see this.
Alright. No, so, yeah. So in Dishonored, it feels like if you messed up or got seen, you'd kind of, like, that run would be over, and you would either want to, I mean, in Dishonored 2, you could kind of quick start from the quick load and quick save from the menu. Ooh, hello. Oh, I could dual wield. I never really dual wielded in this game, but you can do it. Whereas in this one, it kind of feels like it goes in and out of, like, all, like, guns blazing to not very, very quickly. I can't get in there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Jonathan Smith on YouTube says, "Is there a big difference in gameplay between Dishonored and Deathloop?" Kind
in
of
the
building off what
library.
Lucy said there. Yes and no.
Wait, what?
The game,
Hello?
one of the things about Dishonored is you kind of define a playstyle in a lot of ways through the
Fine,
powers
I'll
you
pull
pick.
Fucking love it.
And generally you're funneled down that path, which means you are cut off from the other path. Whereas this game is more about experimenting constantly and switching up your playstyle and kind of adapting on the fly. And because of that, you interact with more of the game. You can still play the game stealth, and you can still play all-out guns, but there's no like morality system, that kind of stuff. It's a similar game, but very different.
Yeah. Alright, cutscene.
Oh, shit! What?
Oh, you always fall for the same old shit. Just once, please. Try your hardest to make this interesting.
Whoa. What the fuck is this?
Carnices. You're gonna give me that attitude? You know, I usually make it easy for you, you ungrateful prick. But this time I'll let you see yourself out.
Yup, we dated. Why are you doing this? What did I do to you?
Alright.
You don't remember.
So I
How
think she
about
locks
that
you in
code?
here.
You remember
This is
that
the thing
yet?
now, because obviously I finished it, and like going back to
know
these sort of
the
opening
code.
areas, I'm very intrigued as to like what I can and what I can't do, and how the game kind of, like I said, the first hour or so was very much encouraging you to mess around
Here
and
goes.
check out places. But over there, this is kind of a nice moment. So over there, you can kind of see, I did the reload animation, but like you can see sort of where you're about to go, which is very nice. But let's just do this instead.
You gotta be shitting me! Are you? Listen, me? You wrote it on Black Reef. You already know the code. What the fuck does that mean?
Hello? Are you dead yet?
What?
I'm waiting.
Pull me up! Man, you're a postcard, dumbass! You wrote it on the Black Reef postcard. You understand? Okay. I'm gonna drop you now. Wait, no! Wait!
What the fuck?
No!
I love that cutscene.
I just dropped myself.
I think my
What kind
microphone
of
is
fucked
kind of
up world
broken
is
now.
this?
I think it's coming in from my headset.
Okay. Postcard.
Does it sound alright?
Postcard.
Everything sounds
Postcard.
fine, yeah.
Get
Well, I
off the
can't turn my
beach.
microphone off, so I assume it's sort of like decided to break. But you know what? We'll work with it. Alright. So again, woke up. shit, big old shit, you died. You're back here again. But this time around, you've got a little bit more
Same morning.
information.
Same fucking.
That's what this game is about. Just getting a little bit more information every time. Do you think the invasions will be unbalanced on full release? I don't think so. You also have the ability to turn off the invasions to a degree. You can just set it to be single player. You can still get Juliana invasions, but they will be AI instead of actual players. So you can control the invasions to a degree.
So one thing as well that I'll say is all of the codes are randomized. So yeah, can't just
randomized for each player.
For each
so what
player.
you're seeing here,
Yeah.
So what you're seeing here won't be the same in your game. So
from me?
don't have to worry about spoilers.
To not suck.
Okay. It's been a pretty
And
shitty
they
morning.
autofill them,
Or two.
so you
So
don't
I'm
even
done.
have to remember
With
them
you
or even
and
kind
all
of
of
waste
this,
time putting
it
them in
ends
every
today.
time. The one thing I'll say is like speedrunners are probably going to be mad at how long it takes for that little circle to fill, but
Yeah.
and then hey, this little spot gives you a sort of gives you tools.
I'm looking at chat, and just to reiterate, if you're being disruptive, I'm just going to time you out. So, JG, you are done.
Why would someone put this? Whoa! What the fuck? Wow! Wow. Okay. What is this supposed to be? It's cold and weird.
Oh, another slab.
Weird. So this one here is Colt's Slab Reprise, which is an incredibly useful one because obviously as you
Okay.
if you go through all 4 kind of times of day and you can only have 1 life, that's going to be very, very tricky. So with Reprise, you can die twice and you kind of rewind a little bit. You'll be invisible when you come back. But that 3rd death, you are gone. And then as well, the other good thing about it is that I think it resets in between whenever you go to a new area or any time of day.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like the cool part of Deathloop, like it's building blocks a little bit where these are all the things that I discovered, and even though like I'm just playing the game and I kind of like, oh yeah, that happened, the game keeps track of it all and it's like gently leading me towards my new thing. So my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Updam. Go to my flat.
And going back to the Reprise, the really cool thing is like there's so many things in this game that are decisions they make that when you think about it are very, very, very smart when it comes to design. The Reprise thing is you get basically 3 chances to do something, and because you get 3 chances, it encourages you to be a bit more experimental and bold. Like there's a bunch of scenarios you can go into where you're like, I'm not quite sure how to figure this out, and I ordinarily you might just sit there and kind of like be paralyzed by what to do, whereas in this game you can be like, you know what, I'm just going to try poking at different things and see what happens. Run through the front door with guns blazing, see how everyone reacts, see if there's any like vantage points that you can spot, and then when you die you reverse back and the enemies are going to be on alert for a little bit, but you've got enough distance and you've rewound back that you can now come at it with that new knowledge and tackle it in a more considered way. The one thing that you have to remember is you will need to, if you want to get all your resources back, your residuum, which is a key resource in this game that lets you kind of keep items and weapons and powers and stuff like that between runs. You need to go back to where your body was killed and recover your body.
Sounds like you're
Alright.
It's basically like a corpse run from MMOs or Souls or
This
whatever.
cult done talking.
So we're in Updam. Updam I think is my favorite map. Tam, what's yours?
I like this.
Yeah, I think Updam is my favorite as well because it's like it also reminds me a lot of Dishonored.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of
it's
time
definitely
for
the one that's the most Kanaka. And yeah, like I said, I am way more a Dishonored player than a kind of shooty fun time player, so that's kind of the approach that I'm going to be taking. Stick to the rooftop.
Remember, if you have any big questions, burning questions, just chuck them in the chat and I'll do my best to read them out and we can try and chat about them. Does single player still need an internet connection? No, single player doesn't need an internet connection. If you are offline, though, I believe Juliana won't invade you completely.
All right. So it's weird. So like we're here up down in the morning at different times of day. Different people will be here. Like this is always here, for example. But over here there might be a turret, or there's usually maybe a kind of guard sentry up here. And so sometimes it's fun just because the enemies lay traps who they think are for you, but then you can just turn them against them. And I'll show you some around in a bit, because that's my favourite thing to do, which is kind of a lot of what I did with Prey. I very much would just sort of go more of a tech route and like invest in turrets and things. So here is like one of those, it's just like an open door, it's like a mystery, there's a part of it, it's a weird sort of like autoerotic asphyxiation game, as far as I can tell, where it's like, hey, you know, we're all gonna do this pact of smoke thing, here's my code, and then it's like, you know, it just gives you these little breadcrumbs to start these mysteries, and here you go.
Yeah.
But this isn't main, so we'll carry.
Yeah. Duncan Hart asks, can I play it as an FPS? You can. Yeah.
Yes,
but
you absolutely
can. You can. It will be trickier because Colt doesn't have a lot of health, especially to begin with, and bullets do a lot of damage. You can augment that. You just need to basically you can play it as a first-person shooter, but to mitigate the fact that Colt is kind of squishy, you need to be very intelligent and strategic with how you use your powers and make sure that your loadout is on point.
Yeah, because as well, I mean, the loadout, building that over time is very important.
Who the fuck is Frank?
But like,
I'm good.
I think as well, the bullets, you don't carry a lot. And so it's not that the game is trying to actively not encourage you to play that way, but it just means that like bullets are rare and you have to think about your environment and go around and try and find places. This though is my favorite gun in the game.
Oh hell yeah.
The nail gun, or as if like the whitest kids you know thing, nail gun, which I said every single time I would pick it up.
It's basically the silence pistol.
Yeah, it's very, very good. So like as well, going through it, not only do you kind of meet visionaries and, you know, have these conversations with Juliana, you can read their chat logs and kind of, you know, just see how they act amongst themselves. So they also all have like code names. So Alpha Wolf 69 is Alexis, and Alexis is just a real pain in the arse. And Charlie is just like a kind of very nerdy guy who's just like desperately, you know, wants to play his games and stuff. And the way they all interact is really cool. And Over Archiver, which is a very good pun, is Juliana. And then you see, all the time. This is where it's like, oh, more messages have appeared. I absolutely am going to click on meet hot singles and everything. Fucking knew it. Easy. Say hi to the hit squad. So like Charlie is like one step ahead of you there. I mean, like, I'm just showing this because it's you know, first day you can play the game. Like you can just ignore that and just like exit the level normally, or you can do what I did and mess up and kind of have this little this fight sequence. So yeah, here's the game telling you that you can decide to hang around here if you want to, or you can do what I'm doing, and yeah, they're all on their way to coming up here, so I'm just gonna quickly zip away. Yeah. Double jump. Having double jump is like a sort of default freebie ability that they give you is very underrated as well, because it's like, it's the best one.
I love it.
Oh, this is like the one place that I can never get up. There we go. I will never be a speedrunner at this rate. But yeah. Let's just piss off this way before they all kill me. And so then the way that Colt travels is through these tunnels.
Those tunnels run underneath this
and that's my
entire
auto-filled
island.
code from
That's
earlier.
how I'm
like
getting
I said,
to the
it'll be
complex.
different when you play.
Any idea how this will run on a 2 to 4 year old PC? Dishonored 2 was terribly optimized. Can't say. We played the PlayStation 5 version. Yeah, I really can't say, unfortunately.
I did see that to get like the ultimate slickest version, you do need quite a beefy PC. But if you, I imagine like can I run this or something? Would be able to clue you in a little bit more there, because yeah, we both played PS5. And so now it's noon, and so you'll kind of notice that it's very tutorial heavy. Because obviously there's a lot of interlocking systems that you kind of have to understand. And so the previous time we came to that menu, it was like, here's how to do your loadout, here's how to change time or whatever. And so you'll find that a lot at the very beginning, but then it completely eases off.
You gonna call me like this all the time, Julie?
Juliana.
I give approximately 0 fucks about what you call yourself.
But you did. Once. We used to be friends. Colt, can't you read?
Oh, so that's why you told everyone to kill me.
But I'm the only one talking to you. So what does that tell you?
That I hang out with the wrong people. All right. Control center. Shut it down.
Ugh. So yeah, clearly big things are happening over here at the minute.
Big things.
Okay, so there's a tower over there. Let's go have some fun.
I do like this area too. It's a little trickier because of the crates, the cargo containers, which often have people hanging around on top of them.
You can be a little cheeky with the turret. So like, luckily they can't really hear me because I'm that big back. But I can set the turrets off and it'll just clear out the space for me, which is very, very handy if I don't feel like getting my hands dirty. And favorite bit. Can I chuck it? I can just be an absolute.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate. Blech. Oh, she saw me. No, okay.
The amount of awful situations I've set up for different enemies and visionaries using movable turrets is a lot of fun in this game.
Let's see, she's on edge, so I might see if I can. No, this back. Where'd she go? Oh, she died. That's why. Let's see if there's anything in here. I think the weird thing about for me, when I was playing Deathloop for the first time, is like trying to understand what I can and can't interact with. So like here, for example, that's Residium, but I can't interact with that just yet. But it's also like stuff in the environment, like you can't mess around with any of that, but then the stuff that you can mess around with and interact with and use to set up traps and things is gets quite useful. So she's glowing. She's glowing. Because she's quite a powerful enemy, and when I kill her, she should have some better trinkets and maybe even a weapon that I can pick up. So, well, not good ones, but I'm gonna replace. Okay, onwards. I can also set up traps with the grenade, which is quite funny. I finished the game without ever knowing that the grenade could transform because I completely skipped the tutorial because I was like, oh, I don't need to read a tutorial about a grenade. But yeah, it's also a trip mine and a proximity charge, so pay attention to tutorial menus.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's basically your predator room.
Some people, Nemoff says, some people have commented on the AI seeming a bit basic. Is that overblown? I don't think the AI is basic. I feel like personally, this is my perspective as someone who's played it a lot. There's a really delicate balance to strike when it comes to creating AI. You want them to be challenging and you want them to pressure you, but you can't make them too smart or too clever in a game where your ultimate goal is to build momentum. Because if every AI enemy was a brick wall for you to fight, like it's some sort of Dark Souls enemy, you'll never be able to build the right rhythm you need to get into the flow state for this game. So So the AIs are challenging. If they see you, they will attack you and they will be aggressive. If you're hiding in the distance or on a roof, they will throw things at you. They will lob grenades at you. They will get in your face, and they are very, very resilient at times as well. However, they're not super challenging. It's not gonna be like a long fight with each of them. What they make up for, what they lack in power, they make up for in numbers and in kind of like resourcefulness. But for me, the AI strikes the right kind of balance between being challenging and stopping you when they need to, and also being squishy and killable to the point where you don't feel like you're being held down and you're being like shackled with, you know, some sort of weight that you're constantly struggling. It's not an uphill struggle. That's not the point of this game. The whole point is you're supposed to feel like you're quickly building momentum, because the whole point is you're trying to get through this day and kill everyone in one swift kind of journey.
So I'm trying to think. There is a guy that I think comes around here. So what I could do.
Come on! What? He'll be back tomorrow.
Nick asks, is there a limit to how many weapons you can carry? Yeah, you can carry 2 slab abilities, and then I believe it's 1, 2, 3 weapons?
3.
Yeah, 3 weapons.
Yeah, because reprise counts as one of the slab weapons. So this is my Dishonored playing in action, but I like to just sort of like to watch and just let them do their own thing. Oh, don't go around that side. I set up the trap there.
Oh no.
Dickhead. Oh, there we go.
Okay, gotta be a switch. Around here somewhere.
If an enemy gets alerted, does every enemy get alerted, or just enemies in certain radius? It
depends who you alert.
Yeah, there's some enemies who are
This looks like
a little more loud and have ability to alert more enemies, basically.
Yeah, so they there are some enemies that have little radios, and they'll radio in for backup. But what you can do is you can hack them to stop that from happening. Egghead's explaining.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Batteries. So if you enjoyed whale oil, then boy, this is the mechanic for you. There's only there's a few of these dotted around, having to find batteries to power things, but there's one sequence in particular that that requires it. So it's good that it's very quick.
We're juiced. Show me what you can do.
Thing. Oh, I have to do the lever again. There.
Welcome, Eternalists. This is Igor Serling. Have you ever wondered how our beloved time loop functions? Long ago, the Isle of Black Reef experienced a cataclysmic event which tore the fabric of space and time.
Egghead.
We call this
Egghead.
the anomaly. I founded the EON program with the visionaries to protect and study the etheric imbalances of this phenomenon, and thus, you must protect and study us. The visionaries follow the 3 tenets. If the loop is threatened, refer to the LPP.
LPP.
The LPP is at the security office on Fristad Rock. Notify the head of security, and he will tell you how to use the LPP to protect the loop.
So there are the tunnels that come in and out of the each area. They kind of there's 1 of 2 exits, and so frequently you'll find that it doesn't try and encourage you to go out this way for a change, or try this. Also, ammunition's free. You just have to remember where a depot is. I guess not a depot, but like a machine for it is. Okay.
I've seen a bunch of people in chat saying this game is pretty much Dishonored without parkour, and
oh no, I just don't have the abilities for that yet.
Yeah, that is incorrect. You can do. I mean, if you're trying to be reductive, get a grip. That's not what this game is. Look with your eyes and think with your brain, and I'm sure you'll see how it's different. But no, there's way more to it than what you're seeing on screen currently. How long is the game? It depends on how you approach it. You can complete it generally, I'd guess, between 12 to 15 hours for most people.
Yeah, I did
but
17.
I completed it in 12, I think. But if you're super methodical, which I do recommend, it's on the higher end.
I mean, I was talking to other people who were playing, and Matt Perslow at IGN was like, I finished the game, and then I spent 10 hours afterwards beyond, I mean, this was last week, so he's probably spent more than that just trying to uncover every secret and trying to get all the answers. So it's like Dishonored. It's like you can finish it very, very quickly if you want to, but if you want to uncover every last secret, and there are tons of them in this game, then that's up to you. Alright. Got some gear, got some trinkets. I'm quickly gonna mess around with my loadout.
Smart. You have to be doing that a lot.
Because where am I going? Fristad Rock afternoon. This one, if I recall, is quite a...
Yeah.
Oh no, did it get rid of the other? I got rid of my shotgun because I couldn't carry it.
It's here.
Bugger. Oh, now I'm stuck with the rapier. I shouldn't have. You know what? We're fine. We'll be fine. I got more trinkets, didn't I?
Yeah, so you can see you can customize weapons here by adding trinkets to them, which change how they perform. You get a variety of buffs ranging from like range to power to speed of reload, that kind of stuff. And you get trinkets for Colt as well.
Yeah.
So that's where the character customization comes in. Emil Flores, who's asking in the chat, you can change things like how quickly he runs, how much noise he makes, how his health regenerates, how his abilities regenerate.
If you're out of power, it can sap from your health.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted me to answer?
I want to know if you figured out who you really are.
Oh, that's easy. I'm a drinker, occasionally a drunk man about island. Everyone knows me, everyone hates me, handy with a gun, quick with a joke. I dress well, and why the fuck is everyone wearing a mask?
I never dual wield because I'm
It's a
snowman.
hack. I'm done playing the show.
Next Rihanna asks, is the gameplay better than Cyberpunk? Because gameplay seems very similar, sorry. It's not similar at all, what are you talking about?
I said Colt, show, not Colt.
I wouldn't call it
Fuck it. Next stop, security office.
A hot minute since I've played Cyberpunk. Always take the high ground.
Always. Vantage is good.
They all pee a lot. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always catching them mid-pee. Yeah, so I feel like I never dual wield in this game because I'm always like, I always have a power equipped, like I always have shift or ether. So this bit, yeah, like if you come here earlier in the day, this is not snowy at all. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. The Deathloop experience.
Juk to Juk asks, how will speedrunners play this? Can it be done in one shot? Yes, it can.
Yeah.
I think like one of the most interesting parts of this is going to be how speedrunners figure it out and get to it, because you can really, really min-max movement and abilities and get it done very, very fast if you know what you're doing and you've got the dexterity and timing for it.
Am I sliding off that? Is that why I can't get up there? I usually would get up there. Maybe it's because it's snow. Interesting. Alright. Yeah. I mean, this is the game that basically encourages you to speedrun it. Like by the time you've built up your sort of routes and best ways to approach each visionary, you get such a good lay of the land that you definitely like just kind of innately build that proficiency. Okay. So I don't have sound, so I can't tell if that turret hears me or not. Can I get up around there? I don't have shift, so this is an experiment. Oh, no! There's people here. Okay.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah,
figuring
because like
out
different
how
times
you
of day,
approach
these
them.
people are not here.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, it's not mine. So I don't know if I'm too far away from that. Okay.
Is it like Outer Wilds where you could technically beat it in your first sleep if you knew exactly what to do? Yes. It would be trickier because you wouldn't have a lot of abilities or weapons, but it is doable.
Don't attack my turret. Come on. See, they're all looking. They're all like. There we go.
Do in-game choices matter in your playthrough, or is it a straightforward story? I wouldn't say your choices are like you're not making choices that are going to diverge the story. But it's not a straightforward story. It's a weaving story where you'll get pieces of. There's multiple arcs running concurrently between characters and visionaries and the world itself, how the history of the world, and it doesn't just tell you all in one big lore dump. You find pieces of it, reference to it, and you kind of put the pieces together yourself. So it's a very kind of natural way of learning about the game and having a story delivered to you, as opposed to an exposition dump.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, Colt waking up amnesiac with a hangover is very much, he's sort of like, he's going through the same thing that you are, essentially. Okay, so I hacked my turret, classic strat. Ooh, she's just gonna get herself killed anyway. I thought I would have to deal with her, I guess. Maybe. Oh no, another guy I saw here. And I can't remember if there was another guy up here. There is on another loop. Yeah, no, he's here. Okay. Area cleared.
Nice. Pierre asked, does Juliana interrupt the game in set locations / moments, or can it happen literally any time? As long as there's a visionary in the map you're in, she can pop up pretty much any time.
Yeah, but it's usually pretty near the, like, just as soon as you've, not just as soon as you got in, but like in the first few minutes of you being in a place. I felt really bad because I invaded someone and they were, we'll show you the map very, very shortly. They were killing a bunch of people that they needed to, and just before they were about to kill the final person, I killed them. So it really lets you be a complete arse if you are invading Juliana, which I really enjoy. Because I'm not always the best at it, but still. When you want to be an arsehole, you can be. So
you can be, but if you're being an arsehole in our chat, I will ban you. So, Dark Death 47, you're on the list. Careful what you say.
Second,
Don't be shady.
the LPP, which means it's in my flat. Back in fucking Updom.
Like the next bit of info about where to go. Let's just head back. Easy. Yep. Kick the snowman.
Take a drive downtown.
You really hate the snowman, don't you?
Well, I haven't looked fully at the trophy list, but I wonder if there is a trophy for Kick.
I don't think so.
I did kill everyone else here, so it should be good to just spread back. And it has a very good slide, which I very much enjoy using. Okay.
Not jump the gun, but I know you just started story again. I saw there was online PvP. Will you be showing that later on?
Can do.
Yeah, we can do some PvP later on.
I have to do a certain number of missions on this side before I'm like set out in the world. Maybe I'll do PvP on my other account where I have a bit more. I have more trinkets and weapons and stuff, because otherwise I'm gonna get absolutely smoked on this side if I do it on this one.
Might be good to do it from scratch because it will show the progression as well.
Yeah. That's true.
And also that there's no expectation for you to be amazing at it.
Playing a game on the internet, Tamoor.
I mean...
Alright, we're backing up, Dom.
Juliana. Juliana, you there? Juliana. I remember your name.
I love that. I love the way they just like poke at each other.
Hey, just go.
Carlos Pagan, I appreciate the Naughty by Nature reference. Thank you.
Good apple. Okay, okay.
Is the music DMCA 3 for streaming? Yes, I believe so. It's all original music.
Hope so. Otherwise this stream's getting cut short. There's no one down there. Uh-oh. Snitch.
Is this the best use of wall text since Splinter Cell Conviction? I think so.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, okay, I normally come down here in the day, and she's not there.
Folks asking about PC performance, we can't really answer that question. We played it primarily on PS5. How replayable is this game? Is there a new game plus mode after you beat it? Well, replayability is kind of the point of the entire game. Like you're replaying, the days are you replaying parts of the game over and over until you've got it down to a T. Once you're done with it, once you have the final loop, you're kind of like, you can, you're put in a place where you're just before going on the final loop, and you can carry on prolonging the session, the loops, until you want to, until you're ready to decide to take it on. And then after you're done with that, it kind of puts you back in the world just before you attempted your final loop. So there is replayability in that, but there's not a new game plus mode to any extent.
Yeah.
To this traditional extent, because that wouldn't work with the way that you get powers and abilities and stuff like that in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's drunk, but she's like... What?
Rate the DualSense on a scale of hobnobs to rich tea biscuits. Yeah.
Wait, hang on,
Alien
what is
Man
that?
420.
What
I
is
don't
that?
like the scale.
Scale?
You put hobnobs. You've said hobnobs, which makes me think that you put that on the low end, with rich tea biscuits on the high end, which is the inverse of how it should be.
Yeah.
If we're saying on the scale of rich tea biscuits to hobnobs, it's absolutely a hobnob. I might even say it's chocolate covered hobnobs. Rich tea is just bland.
Rich tea is like the biscuit that's in your cupboard, in your mum's cupboard, that you like never want.
Yeah. You can't tell. You could leave it out and it could go stale and you'd eat it and you'd be like, yep, that's just a normal rich tea biscuit. You can't tell when it's bad. But Alien Man has said, no, my bad. I see. Yeah, I thought so. No worries,
Yeah.
no worries. Alien Man knows what's going on.
He
It's
knows
a hobnob, mate. It's a hobnob.
It's a hobnob.
Or Kelsey's here, and Kelsey's dropped in chocolate covered malted milk, which is an S rank biscuit.
That is an unbelievable biscuit.
That is Kelsey knows what's up. Hey, Kelsey.
Also, hi, Kelsey. Always. See, the thing is like, I feel like I know where stuff is. I know where people are gonna be, and it feels really good. But also, I can mess up at like a moment's notice just because of just the nature of the game. A teachable moment. I wondered if this was a reference to Bean Dad. Because Bean Dad happened in the year 2021 of all things, because this year has felt like 5 years long. But yeah, a teachable moment.
Ghana!
You don't call me, I call you.
Where's my LPP?
I'm not done. This isn't your show. It's mine. I run this place. You want out? You gotta go.
Is this a
what
puzzle
this is?
shooter? It's
Some
called
sort of
kind of, yeah.
hostile job takeover?
To a degree, it's not a puzzle shooter in the sense that you are, completing puzzles. Like the way it's a puzzle shooter is you're looking at the world around you and looking at the marks that you are given as an assassin and figuring, and you're puzzling out the best way to kill all of them in one run. So it's a puzzle game, but not in the traditional sense of a puzzle game. You're not going to be solving logic puzzles. You'll be solving situational, kind of like you're doing situational analysis and figuring out what tools you have at your disposal and the best way to use them.
Like I was going to
You're
say,
doing
you're not
assassin
using.
shit.
You're not using a. You're not doing a Sudoku or something.
No.
Oh God, Where is she? Again, I have no sound because the way I've set up this stream.
So here we have a Juliana AI invasion. Lucy needs to hack this.
So hack. She usually comes.
That, yeah, so that if you don't hack that, the tunnels are locked, so you can't escape.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
So what has she got? She's got.
I want it on the fun.
She go. Oh no! See. Did I get her?
That's no great.
I did.
You got her.
Check her for a slab.
So Juliana, usually the visionaries carry the slabs that give you powers, but Juliana also has powers, slab powers. So you can sometimes get them from her instead of getting them from the visionary, which makes things slightly easier.
Now.
People are saying if we could turn the game volume down a bit.
Down a bit, sure. Let me know if that's okay. If not, I will adjust a bit more. So now we've got shift, which is my favorite. It's like
best ability.
Now that I have shift, I feel like I can breathe again. I can breathe in here. It works exactly the same way it works in Dishonored. Dishonored's blink. So yeah, you see, it even does the same triangle thing to kind of tell you that you're gonna land on top of something. But now shift is. Shift is a lifesaver. And I don't have any trinkets to make my power usage lower or any of that, so I will be using it sparingly.
We've got the one and only Blind Gamer Steve in chat.
Hey,
He says,
hi,
hello,
Steve.
friends. Quick question. Does the game give you help or direction on what you should be doing next, or does it drop you in and be like, good luck? I'm afraid this will feel overwhelming with the amount of choice. Well, Steve, you'll be happy to hear that it gives you a lot of direction.
Yeah.
It's actually a good middle ground, I found. I think Lucy can show off the 2 specific menus that are in the game that will guide you onto what to do.
I think when I get out of here, I should
Yeah,
be
when you get out, you should be able to. So there's 2 menus, basically. There's a menu that is leads designed specifically to get you the information you need to kill the visionaries. And then there's a separate one that is designed to be your arsenal lead, which is like, this is all the stuff, this is where all the cool weapons and abilities are, and this is what you need to, this is the path you need to take to get that stuff. So Steve, it won't be overwhelming. The thing about it is it has those like hand-holdy leads, but as well as that, there's loads of things hidden in the environment that you are left there for you to discover in a very natural way.
Yeah.
So the part of the loop is picking something and going, I want to try and get this, or I want to try and do this, and then the game will put it on a map for you and always have the waypoint for you to follow.
Yeah, and as well, like, you've got notes written all over the island, literally in some cases, but also like notes to pick up. But the 2,
my weapons are gone.
like the 2 menus that I should be able to get to once we're through this are very, very helpful. And yeah, like Tam said, it's you can kind of set your own objectives from within there. And so it's like if you want to go to Carl's Bay and you don't want to kill the visionary that's there, it's like, oh, I'm decided I'm going to do this instead today.
Am I supposed to do this every day for the rest of my life?
It's actually quite helpful, like especially the first time you're doing something. I find it's like it's very forgiving of the help that it gives you, and so it does gradually
Don't stop
build
there. Put them both together. The body count is gonna get high.
into something a little bit more complex, but I think as well.
Everyone on the island.
Yeah.
On onboarding, it does a good job.
A reminder, if you're in chat and you're doing any sort of like console war fanboy stuff, I'm going to instant ban you. I've got no time for it. So watch it.
I'll pick up my bit. I've got my trusty knife. And my slab.
All right. Hit your button hard. Get the safe. Help
So you notice like the first few times I'm running the loops, I'm basically going to my apartment, to Fristad, and like seeing them at different times of day. So you're kind of getting to learn the lay of the land a bit, but you're also gaining more confidence in it, which is what I found really helpful at the beginning, because then at the point where it says, okay, now you can go and do into any area, any time of day, I felt like I was like, oh, well, I could continue my mastery in this place. or I can try something new. So this at the minute is very linear. This is like the visionary lead until things split. So once I finish this quest, the longest day, it'll basically give me one of these for every single visionary, so I can choose to go and chase them down if I want to. And then these are the discoveries that I've made just along the way, like about Harriet is responsible for Eon's organizational structure and the masks. Charlie runs the Minicom network. And so these are small pieces of information that might not seem very useful right now, but later on it will be. And then shortly, I think after this mission, another one appears up here, which is Arsenal leads, which is like how you track down who has which slab, or some really cool guns that you can get in the environment, or like you can solve a mission to get some really cool guns. So
sure. Steve also asks, what's the balance like in gunplay stealth? I played Dishonored very stealthy without killing anyone, but it seems like it's leaning on the other way. Does the game encourage either way of playing, if that makes sense? So first of all, if you're in Twitch chat and you don't follow Blind Gamer Steve, make sure you do that. Doing a lot of amazing work out there for accessibility. Follow him on Twitter as well. But yeah, Steve, you can pretty much play it how you want. Like, I'm a pure stealth gamer usually. I mentioned as much in my review, and it's very doable. It's a little trickier to begin with because you have there's not a lot of, like, you don't start with like shift or blink as it were in Dishonored, but you will very easily find your stealth groove, and obviously that requires a little more patience, but as someone who plays stealth, you'll have no issues with that. But then it's also like you can play it all out guns blazing, and it feels rewarding to do that. The game never pushes you in any direction. There are kind of like generally certain slabs that are better off, so you want to try and get shift, you want to try and get aether as kind of like a kind of basics for stealthing, and then from there you're good. Those two basically, if you've got those, you're good. You've got a solid foundation for stealthing everything. And then the nail gun you'll very quickly find in this specific area of the game that Lucy's in. It's like the first gun you'll find, the game pushes you towards it. That is basically a silenced pistol, and those are the three things that you need to stealth this game pretty much on a basic level. But you can definitely do stealth if that's what you want to do, mate.
Yeah, I mean this gun, like I said, is my best friend. Like, 4 pound is good, but I never used it that much because I liked this one as well, the light machine pistol.
All right, LPP, show me something good.
Nice.
Not what I wanted.
And then here's the LPP, which is basically like a list of where. So you get a basic understanding of where all of the visionaries are going to be. However, you've kind of got to fit them all in one.
This is how I'm going to break
one
the loop.
good path to get them
8
all.
people, one day.
And so that's kind of where the visionary leads come in.
Oh, all right. So what's the plan? 8 targets one day. We're gonna need a couple more Colts in here if we're gonna wreck this island in a Colt storm. No, listen, I can't stay long. How did you even get in here?
Adam Lewis, I told everyone I have a zero tolerance policy for fanboys, and so you're getting banned.
More. I don't know, but none of us have gotten it right. Okay. You've got to be better than all of us, so don't just try to shoot everything. But I like shooting things. You've got to be smart.
Look at this guy, he's beautiful.
Oh man, the voice acting's so good.
Look at that jacket.
I prefer the Cold Storm.
I wonder if they'll do a Disco Elysium and sell that jacket.
Make your life easier.
Yeah, they should. If anyone from Bethesda is watching.
Hand-holding is over. What are you looking at? Why are you... Son of a bitch.
So now we're about to go and take out a visionary.
LPP back at the complex.
Oh no, wait, safe.
As good a place to start as any.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, now finish the longest day, finish that first mission. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to go take on a visionary for the first time. So ubiquity is like, this is a really, really useful mission because, as you'll notice, like every time I wake up on the beach, I don't have anything with me. I have my one double jump trinket that it gives me, and then I pick up my gun, my one gun, and I pick up my hackamajig and my grenades, and then other than that, my arsenal is empty. So this next mission helps me retain things over loops. So that's what I'm gonna go do. However, it is not as straightforward as killing just one person. And the first time I did this one, I was so desperate to like do it right and like do it the full Dishonored way. But now I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve, so I'm very excited to tackle it.
The loop preservation protocol.
Interesting.
A bunch of big words.
Steve's asking, is there a high-low chaos mode like in Dishonored? Nope.
Nope.
I know where they
None
spend
of that.
time, but I'm guessing it won't be as
You do what you want to do.
hunting them down. Good thing
It's up
I'm
to
one
you.
stubborn motherfucker.
I love those little animations as well. So yeah, this is like the end of it, end of the kind of hand-holding tutorial thing that's like, here you go, you finish this mission. Now, here's all the cool weapons you can find. So here's like, you should find Residuum, or like figure out how to use it. And this is it explaining how the day-night cycle works. And honestly, it's like, it's quite simple. There are 4 places, there are 4 times of day, and this is how you move it. So I know that Wenji is in the afternoon, so let me do that. All right.
How big is the map? It's big depending on how you think of it. It's not one big map. There's 4 different locations, as Lucy said, day night, and each area is pretty expansive. You could think of it like 4 different districts of a bigger map that you travel between. Each one is super detailed, super teeming with things to do and see and Easter eggs and discoveries to find, but it's not one big connected open world map, if you get what I mean.
I am always succeeding, even when I'm not.
Which way do you want to tackle it? I've
keep
got
my weapons again?
sweet nail
Fusion
gun.
process? Isn't that why you came up here?
Not gonna lie. Me told me to.
So yeah, this is
You know, you're not special.
oh my
but if
god,
I
I forgot to put double jump on again.
You've done it.
Oh,
This infusion
Bugger.
keeps sounding better and better.
You just go back and
no, I can't because I'm trying to. Well, I could, but I'd have to restart the day and I wouldn't have this gun. You know what? This is my fault, so let's
You
just
have to figure it out.
I'm just gonna figure it out. It's fine. Come here. Oop. Shh. Shh. Yeah, I'm trying to desperately double jump, but I don't have it. This is my own fault. I was just like, oh, I just really want to get to this next mission. That's like biffing. Alright. Well, in that case, I guess it's a low power run. Okay. Ooh, he's seen me, but he hasn't really seen me. Not gonna find him. That's him. I couldn't. No, it's not good to go through that way.
this is single player. You can play the game offline if you want. We're currently playing in single player, and in single player, the Juliana that invades is going to be AI controlled. Once you make it, you can open it up to have your friends available to invade your game, or you can open it up to have anyone able to invade your game. It's your choice. If you disconnect from the internet completely, I believe.
Did Tam vanish for just me?
No, I'm here. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
you vanished like right at the end of your sentence. I'm not sure if that was just for me, so I don't know if you want to repeat it or not.
I think people heard me. I think people heard me.
Ooh, I'm just too far away from that. Okay. Let's,
Can't fucking sleep with this.
So the thing about it is like they've tried to do it. So obviously in Dishonored, you would leave like a body behind unless you have a very specific power, and it's similar here. Like there's this little sort of wisp that I've left behind, even like I've killed them. Even though they kind of vanished, there's still like wisp left behind, and that's why it's like, oh, sometimes, you know, they'll walk around and they'll notice that someone's died. That's how they don't leave the bodies around. But one thing that where are you going, sir? So one thing I do is there is an upgrade for ether that you can get, which means that if you kill anyone while you're invisible, their body fully vanishes. That is a game changer if you are a sneaky boy or sneaky girl like me.
And the way to get upgrades for your slab abilities is to kill the visionary that has them repeatedly. Every time you get that slab again, it instead appears as an upgrade for your existing one. And you get a different number of upgrades depending on the ability. Some have up to 4, some have 3, etc., etc. So generally, that's how they incentivize you to keep on killing visionaries on repeated runs. Or Juliana will also drop them if you can kill her.
Welcome to my biggest bugbear in Deathloop is that if you throw the turrets, sometimes they fall over and you can't deploy them from afar, which was my grand plan there. And I couldn't do it, but it's okay because things worked out in the end. So, there's this woman here. Hopefully she has some good stuff. What we got? We've got a tribunal. Ooh, okay. No, don't have the place. So let's replace that one. And then another trinket. Tribunal's a nice one.
Can you run and gun, or do you have to sneak? You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm just a sneaky player. So, always taking out all the turrets and stuff, just in case. But yeah, my favourite gun is the nail gun. So, target acquired. Okay.
But I don't. Residual
No. So you can use the hack-a-majig through walls, which not through walls, but through windows, which is very, very handy. No.
Is there a limit to how many turrets or cameras you can hack to be on your side? Nope.
Not that I've found.
I've not found one. No, I've set up like 4 to 5 turrets in a single area at once.
It did work. That's my favourite sneaky thing to do is like pop out, start hacking, and then pop back in, and stay nice and slow. Do that. Okay.
Martin asked, does it track info you gather for you, or am I going to be keeping a notepad next to me the entire time I play? It's very good at tracking notes. It's very good at highlighting key information.
Yeah.
And it's very good at making sure you know exactly what it means. It will summarize it and also put it on your kind of like files for you to look at as you're seeing on the screen.
Yeah, so here are the three of the visionaries that it recommends you go get. And then this is me. I'm trying to find Wenji's research. And then, but in terms of discoveries, like tiny bits of information are changed by map and also by like what's relevant on time of day as well. So yeah, it does a really good job of it's all there for you to look at. There's also little audio logs you can listen to, as well as notes in the environment. And there's like a bunch of secrets in here already. There we go. Like a crank wheel, and like there's Wenji's making her own trinkets and stuff, so you can investigate that. So the visionaries drop better trinkets and usually better weapons as well. So it is very worthwhile just to do like a couple of runs. Actually, I might just grab this turret and take it with me. Just for that.
Can you lean around corners? You can, yeah. Yes. You just need to approach the corner and then hit the aim down sights button and you'll quickly lean around corner. You do expose yourself though, so you're not invisible as you lean around corners.
Concept of identity is minute fluctuation.
Things that you hack stay hacked.
Unless it's like a different time. Like unless you leave the map and come back and it's like, oh, different days.
I said
whoop.
Almost.
Okay, well, she's gone over there. I can go grab it now. Okay. No, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't perceive
look at my shame.
me when you... So there's one up there. Whoa. I should have set up my turret. Where are you going? No, don't come this way. Where did she go? Where did she go? Oh, she's there. Okay, good. We're fine. We're fine. So, no. Okay, good.
The very
I thought
concept
for
of
a minute that
identity.
she was going to turn around and just like completely reveal my plan there, but fine. I saw another one go upstairs, so let's just take this.
No, Steve, you can't save Scum.
Can't
There's
save
no
Scum.
in there.
Can't save Scum. And so that's why I'm like desperately trying to do it. No, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Shit. Oh, it's okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay, everyone. Oh, she saw me. Did she see me? Is she coming for me?
Ooh.
I think she is. Ooh, yeah, she is. Quick, turret. Okay. Maybe we don't use the...
All right, got 10 of you left. Just 8 more.
I was doing so well, and then I biffed like one thing.
This is how it goes. This is why you can't save Scum.
See, so I died, so this is the first reprise, and then you'll kind of find that things do typically settle down a little bit. Like they think that they killed you, that the trouble's over.
Yeah.
Trouble is just beginning. Where did I leave that turret? Okay, so there's 2 Wenjis out there, there's 1 Wenji out there. Okay, turret's there. So that's my body. Oh, the turret, the Wenjis have gone. Okay. So that's my body. Usually you could pick up the residuum from it, but I haven't. But I won't be able to until after this. After this mission. So let's try and go over here. Kicking myself that actually, can I throw that? Yeet.
Tom Hutchinson says, seems like you don't start the whole level again. You do if you get killed the 3rd time.
3rd time, yeah. Ah, okay, there's a Wenji. So, what I can do is... okay. Can I...
You can chuck it down there and then turn it on.
I'm just trying to think of the best place to chuck it. Oh.
Do it right there. But if it lands on its side, you're done.
Yeah, that's my one fear, where it's like
risk it for a
land on the
digestive
side because
biscuit.
then I'm stuck.
Risk it for a digestive biscuit.
Oh, we're good. Ah, it's facing the wrong way. No. Is it good?
She's walking.
Another down. 5 to go.
So now there's 2 Wenjis down there. They're coming out. Ooh, don't look at me. I feel like Christina at the beginning of the So, annoyingly, I want to try and get like that one. What? She killed that one. So I'm definitely gonna... See, what I would have loved to have done is have this set up is so that when those 2 ran up, they would just run straight into my little kill chamber. There's one Visionary's place. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is so set up for just tons of turrets. And as someone who's previously played a lot of Symmetra in Overwatch and just loves making little kill rooms, it's a very, very fun time. Oh, so hang on. Can I get that?
The concept of identity is hard. Wenji experiences something, but I don't.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, no. I feel bad, but also I don't feel bad. It's too long. Grab some stuff. So now this is the reason we came here, to grab this, to learn how to use Residuum properly and use it across the day. So now I've got to finish killing these Wengies.
To get her machine running. That makes sense, yeah.
These two are quite annoying because there's a turret and a
yeah, you can see in another scenario here, chatters and viewers. You could chatters and viewers. You can use the Nexus slab to link those two Wengies together and just kill one, and the other one would die.
So there we go. I've managed to get my turret, boys. Come on. Yeah, so visionaries take a few more bullets to kill. Because also you get a ton of residuum.
Yeah, has this game got a hardcore mode where you don't get the 3 death safety net? No.
Ooh. No, I think you always have that.
Reprise off. Yeah, you always have that.
I'll try next time we're in the
yeah, as far as I know, you can't. You can't. But you can just make things harder for yourself by not using any abilities or not using any weapons, for example.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a similar thing. So obviously in Dishonored you can refuse the outsider's power and make your own hard mode that way, but I don't think you can do that in this.
Now, just get in this tube shower thing and
as the great Hoya once said.
Shit, how the fuck am I supposed to do that?
There are no difficulty modes in this game.
All right, science, let's dance. I will.
It's as easy or as hard as you make it yourself.
Like if you want to, you can fully just reveal your presence. Wow, Haley Atwell's gonna be in a Tomb Raider anime. Something I didn't expect to read today. According to the Hollywood Reporter. So yeah. Now though, I've got Residuum. And boy, can we do some shit with Residuum. I can finally hold on to my precious, precious nail gun in between rounds, in between days.
Oh, what the fuck? It
worked. Okay. So yeah, as my sweet tribunal.
Yeah, it actually worked. Who's the
I'm gonna do a point break.
Baby. Together
I've done the celebratory point break.
At least until I break this loop.
So from here, I think this is the last time you actually wake up on this beach. Because you're starting to do your sort of normal loops, and normal loops will open you up just at the minute the pick a map menu screen. But at the minute, because I've just got Residuum, it's like suck it up, baby.
Why does it feel like I'm
and actually, when you start your normal loops, and the game like streamlines all this. So you've come through all here, you've picked up that trinket, which is always spring healed. You've picked up your hackamajig. You've come through here, you've picked up your grenade and your knife and your reprise slab, and then it puts you in the in the thing. So you don't have to do this. The game just like streamlines it for you, which is very, very helpful. And
Spring Hill Colt.
Mini Colt.
That's Liberty's lap.
Nah. Colt Jr.
Wake up and I'm a bear.
Now that has a ring to it.
Put on a sheet and we go.
It's too simple.
Put a rug on my bed.
Yeah.
That is a reference to last podcast on the left.
Podcast on the left.
A very old episode that Tam and I still quote all the time.
A classic.
A classic.
Spring Hill Jack episodes.
So normally now when you start a loop, you'll wake up at this next screen. This next screen.
Is the game quite short? It's just 8 targets, like the one Lucy finished there. No, it's that. Wenji is perhaps the easiest of the targets to kill. Everyone else is quite complicated, and it's a matter of that target you can quite easily walk up to. Not all the targets are the same. You need to figure out how to get to them, and that can take a little while. You have to solve some light puzzles, figure out the parameters of what they're doing, when they're doing it, what they're up to, and there's some situations where you might have targets that are in 2 different places at the same time, making it impossible for you to kill them at the same time. So you need to figure out a way of manipulating them to get them in the same spot to make it easier for yourself.
So what I'm doing here... Oh, go on.
Someone else, Rahul, asks, how does the save system work? Can we quit and continue a loop later on, or do you need to finish it in one? Nope. Once you're in a map area, if you quit, you start at the beginning of it. You need to... There's no saving inside a mission.
So it's not at the start of the loop, like the whole day. It's the start of that particular area and that time of day. So if you put your PlayStation into rest mode, when you're in a mid-run, careful with your automatic updates. Always quit out, I would say, at this like the loadout screen, map screen. So one thing I'm just doing quickly here is I am sacrificing a trinket that's pretty useless, but it means that I can now afford to hold on to this gun by infusing it with residuum, and that means that that gun will stay with me till the end of the game now. It'll just be in my arsenal. And one thing that makes like the risk reward aspect of it very, very cool is that you have to do that with every power you obtain as well. And so usually when you kill the visionary, you get enough residuum to almost completely infuse that slab. And yeah, it just means that sometimes you can do a really good run and get whatever trinket or whatever you were after, and then you're like, oh no, wait, I died, or I didn't infuse it, and then it's lost. So it's definitely something to keep in mind.
Lucy, we've got like 20 minutes left. Do we want to do some Juliana?
Okay, so I'm on... Let's try it. Because I'm just saying that my internet on here is maybe not that good, because I'm on the Wi-Fi on my PlayStation, but I'm plugged in on the laptop. But we'll try it. Let's see how it goes.
You're also streaming, so...
Also, I'm streaming.
Please, if you're watching, keep in mind that the internet is not particularly great, and it's already under heavy load.
This confused idiot who thinks he can just destroy what we've built here. His name's
so that
Colt.
part of the game
as
there
per
is like
program regulations, is high alert, battle stations to be manned until threat neutralized. Everyone have
just
a
kind of hunt down missionaries at your leisure. But now let's hop into
this is pointless
multiplayer. I'm intrigued to see how many people are going to be online. Oh yeah, also didn't show off much of these, but there are these very, very cool Bethesda little arcade machines all around. So this is obviously the Doom one, aka Hellcrasher, but there's also, I've seen a couple of Dishonored ones that are very, very cool. Whoop.
Good morning, Black Reef! Juliana Blake with an urgent announcement. I have just learned that Colt has betrayed us. We'll be on high alert with restricted leisure until he's dead. So, let's kill him quickly, okay? And remember, have a fulfilling day. Watch out. This one is smart. Cunning even. Yeah, but we're smarter. Oh, and have a fulfilling day, I know.
Alright.
Did you get given the deluxe edition DLC to try, and if so, how was it balanced wise? Does the skin make it? I don't think so. Like, the skins make no difference to anything. There's nothing changes any sort of balance system in this game.
Yeah, I don't think we did. I think it's just the regular edition. Okay. Do we have... Oh, we've got Nexus. Shit. Alright.
Do you have to kill targets in any particular order? No, not to begin with. You can pretty much experiment how you want. You will eventually figure out an optimal route for yourself, though.
Yeah. Let me choose. So I've applied everything that I have currently. It's like level 1. So these are like feats that you can do as Juliana. So like survive for a certain number of time, a certain amount of time, kill cult a specific way, or you know, use specific things. And so by doing feats mean prizes, points mean prizes, then you unlock different weapons, abilities. With Juliana you don't have to infuse them, which is very good. You just kind of get them and add them to your arsenal. You also get new outfits, so there's 12 to unlock, and you can also unlock cult outfits as well.
Good feat content.
Feat. But yeah, I don't know how many people are gonna actually be playing, so we'll try it.
Let's see.
I mean, worst case scenario is I go on my other account and we kind of invade people from my friends list if they're online. But yeah, this is the trials and tribulations of playing a game pre-release and trying to use multiplayer. But we'll give it a bit.
Give it a solid whirl.
Sometimes I like to just kind of quit out and then quit back in, and usually it kind of tries to find something. But also people should be at work at the minute, so maybe.
If you're playing, you are snitching on yourself.
Unless you're in like a European time zone and it's, you know, almost 6 p.m. That's fine. Quitting time.
Sneaking a Bruce Forsyth reference into the stream. Nice one. Points means prizes.
Points mean prizes. I mean, chat, you tell us how long you want to wait for folks on matchmaking, because like I said, pre-release, people might not be playing. Also, I'm just gonna check my internet. I am definitely connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any friends on here because this is my fake account.
You should maybe switch to another screen, do full screen before you move around in the menus.
I'm trying to think what I could do. I don't have a scene set up.
Just do full screen on your camera if you can.
Yeah, scene 2. Full. You know what? Or I could just do this. Goodbye.
Fade to black.
Just so I don't accidentally expose my location on the internet network.
Dock yourself on the internet.
I am connected to the internet. We're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, everyone. We're back. I'm back and connected to the internet. Yeah, I don't think people are going to be online unless like Tam is your PlayStation next to your PC.
No, I can't play and be on stream at the same time, sadly. Just carry on with the single player, Eric, and then.
Alright. Oh wait, I found one. Found one.
Oh, you got one.
Shit. Now, I'm gonna have to be okay at playing.
Unknown error. You're getting banned. Goodbye. No sexist jokes. Thank you.
I thought you were talking about me. You're getting banned. I was like, oh, okay. Oh god. Okay. And the reason I say oh god is because, first of all, I've got shit weapons. And also, this is like quite a tough one to...
yeah, this one.
So, what am I doing? Oh, he's over there. Okay, so he's actually not that far away. As Juliana, I can
I guess this makes us teammates,
take on the guys of another turnlist. So I can see cults over there. see, they're off looking. This map in particular has like a lot of oh, I've got, oh, it's the same bloody weapon. Give me something good. Yeah, so this map in particular has a lot of like mines on it at certain times of day. So Colt can sometimes just like accidentally just reveal his position. Okay, he's getting close.
I'm feeling left out. Hope this instruction is sound.
He's killing my
Comes the
Where's he? Oh shit, there he is. No, he got me! So, as Juliana, especially with like,
one shot.
you get one shot, especially when you have like no weapons and no slabs. The slab it gave me was Nexus. So actually, we could try and do a Nexus killing with like, I did get 4 points though, that's fine. Did I go?
That one's gonna be tricky. Nexus is rough to do in PvP.
I've never used Nexus in PvP. Like, the first couple times I played PvP, I ranked up because I just like immensely lucked out, basically, and I managed to kill unnamed friend of ours 3 times, and I managed to rank up quite significantly from that and like do a bunch of feats. But the thing with the multiplayer is, and like, first of all, I play this game like it's Dishonored. I don't play it like a first-person shooter. But also, the first time you even see anyone, you kind of freak out and you're like, I have to do this thing, like get caught in a very specific way, and I have to kill him, and I have to get him before, and I just freak out. And so, the ones that are really good, I've played a few matches as Juliana. I think I'm like level rank 11 or so, maybe more on my other account, which is very much a my girlfriend lives in Canada, you don't know her, she goes to a different school. But it's like, the ones that I've really enjoyed are the ones where I have more powers and I set up traps, which is a very, very fun thing to do, because cults just kind of are like, oh, they think they've got the high ground, they think they've got all the powers and stuff. It said connecting there, but I don't know if it did a countdown, so this will be interesting. This one is one of my favorite maps to
yeah, this is a good one
to invade in. I thought so. We'll give it another go. It said connected, but then it didn't do the countdown, which made me think that it wasn't gonna go through.
the old fake out.
The old fake out. Alright. Tam, how long do you want to keep going?
We've probably got, what do we have? About 6 minutes left.
I was going to say, I technically have a meeting at 9/5.
Yep, so same. I have the same.
So let's make this our last invasion. I know we didn't get to spend much time in the multiplayer.
Maybe we could do a separate PvP stream if there's enough demand for it.
If there is demand, yeah. Like a more tricked out Juliana would be very, very cool. But I think I'm going to stream this on my personal Twitch. So I'm at Lucy James Games if you want to follow me on there. Gonna see if I can do that tonight, if not, definitely tomorrow. And hopefully there'll be more cults online to invade. Tam, are you gonna stream this one?
I'm gonna stream this game, yeah. I think I'm coming to the end of my I've pretty much done with Outer Wilds. I stream that on twitch.tv/TamoorH. But I think as a palate cleanser game, I might go to Deathloop and play a bit of that.
Stealth your way through. Let me try quitting out and quitting back in.
Abandon your meeting is what people say. Jennifer Hart says abandon meeting. Sadly not.
I mean,
work must go on.
that's the frustrating thing, because we would have been on earlier today, but just like There has been a myriad of tech issues. So now it's all set up though. So you could just stream it later on. It'll be a laugh. Come on. Be online.
Come on.
Let me find someone.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Don't think so?
It's not. So we might as well just wrap it up now, sadly. Thank you everyone for watching this early gameplay stream of Deathloop. We did a pretty good job of blame Tay, says K. Probably.
It wasn't it was just like Tay, our glorious
glorious stream lead,
manager of video production. You should have seen the messages that I was sending to Tam this morning where I just couldn't get OBS to work. So this has just been a day of like tech issues. It is the 13th, so maybe that has something to do with it. But we appreciate you waking up early and helping us out with this. So
and the folks that are watching got a nice look at the early game. There was very basic. Everything that was streamed there was this kind of stuff that's very non-spoilery stuff that you will find in the first early game, and all the good stuff, it is still very, very much intact. The surprises are intact, but you should have got a good feel for how to play the game mechanically, and we answered a bunch of questions about how it plays. If you want to see our deeper impressions, you can check out the video review on GameSpot's YouTube channel, or go to GameSpot.com and read our written review, which was written by me. I gave it a 10 out of 10 score, which means it's essential. One final person, John Reds, thank you for your comment. You are getting banned, bro.
Oh my god. I was like,
I got no time for gamer bullshit in the chat. Goodbye. Everyone else, thank you for behaving yourself.
I would suggest going to GameSpot.com and reading Tam's review. It is truly fantastic. I did the video review, and if you kind of wanting to go into it, I tried to only use footage from like those first couple of missions. So if there's any footage of me using like later, like more stronger powers or anything, it's typically very spoiler free. But yeah, check that out, youtube.com/GameSpot, GameSpot.com. I'm going to be streaming this. I will say on my Twitter when. I'm on Twitter at Lucy James Games, twitch.tv/LucyJamesGames as well. Tam?
I'm on Twitter at TamoorH and on Twitch at twitch.tv/TamoorH.
Alright, thank you for watching everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.